Hello everyone, welcome or welcome back to my channel. Hi, my name is Aisha, nice to meet you if I haven't seen you before. If you're back, thank you for coming back. From the weather outside, you wouldn't know, but it's about to be fall. Autumn, fall. I live in London, so it's autumn here, but anyway, I thought we could do a good old autumn TBR. I just want to show you my autumn TBR, what I really want to read this autumn. Like, I need to, do you know? Some of these books I've had for so long and I've been waiting for autumn to read them because some books just give autumn vibes, you know what I mean? Like, you know, summer is more like rom-coms and cute and fun. These are autumn TBR. I just realized I'm not wearing my rings. I'll be right back. All is good, all is good. That wasn't me, I don't know who that was. Look how big this is. Oh my god, it's so heavy. Wait, one second. Right here. Okay. First one, I think, is one that I've been dying to read for the longest time, but I keep putting it off because it's my last book by Olivia Blake. It's Alone with You in the Ether, and it's my last book by Olivia Blake that I haven't read. And if you know me, I love Olivia Blake so much, and the thought of having my last book actually makes me so sad. So I've been like trying not to read it. Also, Olivia Blake's books just give autumn vibes. They just give cozy, it's raining outside, you've got a cozy blanket on and a cup of tea. I don't know why. That's what they give me, the vibes that they give me. What is this about? Two people that met in the Art Institute by chance, and he's a doctoral student, and he manages his destructive thoughts with compulsive calculations about time travel. And she is a bipolar artist who's undergoing court-ordered psychotherapy. It just sounds fun. It sounds like something I'd really want to read, and I love her writing so much. It doesn't matter what she writes. I could read her shopping list, I really believe. It's a contemporary love story that I think touches on the fact that you can have love even when you're unwell. And it's quite an interesting point. So I'm very excited. Also, look at the sprayed edges. Number one is Alone with You in the Ether. If you've read any of these books, let me know what you thought of them and convince me to read them soon. Next is another one that I've had for over a year because it was my birthday present last year, and I already had my birthday again this year. And it's Tomorrow by Gabrielle Kevin. My friend Juliette bought it for me because she heard lovely things about it, but she hasn't read it either yet, so we're both waiting. I feel like literary fiction books give me autumn vibes. I love the cover and I love the spine. This story about Sam and Sadie, it's not a romance, but it's about love. And I always found that so intriguing. And apparently it's about games. Have you got games on your phone? But I think it's about video games to some extent. When Sam catches sight of Sadie at a crowded train station one winter morning, he's catapulted back to the brief time they spent laying together as children. Their unique spark is instantly reignited. It's a story of friendship and I can't say that. I'm bilingual. I can't say rural either, so you gotta deal with that. Fame and creativity, betrayal and tragedy, perfect worlds and imperfect ones. Our need to connect, to be loved, and to love. I'm excited. This sounds so good. I haven't read anything by Gabrielle Kevin, nothing. This was everywhere in 2023. Everywhere. It just is a bit intimidating to me, but I really want to read it now because it gives me autumn vibes. It's a lot of people's favorite books of last year, like of the whole year. So many people were like, this is my favorite book of the whole year. Yeah, I'm excited. I'm just scared for some reason, but I will read this autumn. Mark my word. And if I don't do it, scream at me. The next two books I've showed you in my last book haul. I'll put it there if you want to go and have a look. And they are the XX and the Kiss Curse. They scream Halloween. They just scream autumn. They scream October. And they're part of a series, and this is the first book, this is the second book. This has been around on Book Talk for a hot minute. You probably have seen this many times. And they're both about witches. How can you not love a witch? Come on, Bonnie Bennett. Phasmatos, you know what I mean? This woman, and she's a witch, and she casted a spell on her ex a while ago, years ago, and then he came back to town. She found out that the curse didn't work on him, but it worked on the town, so they had to work together to fix the town. I think this is pretty much the main plot of this. It's quite small, it's floppy, perfection. And I think it just gives autumn, Halloween, November, October vibes. So very excited to read this. And The Kiss Curse is the second one, both obviously by Erin Sterling. She's a witch with a witchcraft shop, and she's mentoring some younger witches. And he's a warlock, a witch as well. He's got a witchcraft shop as well, I'm pretty sure. And they're just rivals, I believe. But they have to deal with a sudden appearance of a mysterious new coven. The main witch is concerned that something is missing from her magic. I think they're very easy, quick, romance, Halloween-y vibes kind of books. And I think this is exactly what you need in autumn. Next book that I've been meaning to read, when I tell you, for 2 years, Dance of Thieves. I've had this for so long and I've wanted to read this for so long. And I want to read this so bad, but apparently there's a series that comes before this. This is technically a spin-off, but you can just read it without it. I don't know. So I've always been like, oh, should I read that series first? Should I not? What should I do? And I never started it. But I've heard the most amazing things about this. It's a duology. The first one is called Dance of Thieves. The second one is called Vow of Thieves. And I'm pretty sure it's a romantasy book. I have no clue what it is about. I couldn't tell you one thing about the plot. And it says, when outlaw leader Jace meets reformed thief Cassie, a cat and mouse game of false moves ensues, bringing them intimately together in a battle that may cost them their lives and their hearts. I won this and everyone loved it, and everyone loves the couple. Everyone loves this book. I really want to read this, and I feel like fantasy, for some reason, for me, especially fantasy series, give me autumn vibes, like heavily. Like, it doesn't feel right to be reading a fantasy book at the beach. No, it has to be inside. Like romance books and rom-coms and cute little they're beach reads. This is a stay at home, it's dark at 3 p.m. read. I didn't read it last year. This year is the time. This autumn is the time to read this. Remind me and call me out if I haven't read this by the end of the year. Next is a book that I'm actually looking forward to read so much. I don't know why I'm not reading it yet. It's Thunderhead. This book is the second book in the Scythe trilogy. I loved Scythe. It's a dystopian YA book, and it talks about society when humans evolve and they don't die anymore. The only way to not be overpopulated is if some people get chosen and they do the killing. They choose who to... A young boy and a girl, he's called Rowan, she's called Citra? Yes. And they get chosen to become scythes, but then it turns into a competition and only one of them could survive. The end of the first book has a crazy cliffhanger. So I'm actually really excited to read this. I don't know why I haven't read this yet. I really want to know what happens. And I really enjoyed, their romance was very subtle. It was almost nothing. There was almost no romance. It was very subtle. But I actually really enjoyed having a romance that it was like a very minute subplot instead of the main plot. And I just, 13-year-old me lived for dystopian books and series. So I felt young again. I 100% want to read Thunderhead this autumn, and I will. Next. Yeah! This book. My friend Emily bought this for me for my birthday, and it's All Roads Lead Here by Mariana Zapata. And I read a couple of her books before, loved both of them. So I'm so excited to read this, and she absolutely adored it. Emily loved it so much that she was like, you have to have it as well. Not my favorite tropes are in this book, but lately I've been proven wrong, because I've been reading books that would not have my favorite tropes and I loved them, and then books with my favorite tropes and I didn't like them that much. So maybe my taste is evolving, who knows? Literally, this is such a popular book and everyone just loves it. I've never read or heard a bad review of this book, so surely she's literally the queen of slow burn. So I'm sure this is gonna be slow burn again. Aurora is trying to move on and start over because she's got a broken heart in a very small town in the mountains, and he is her landlord. Fun. I'm pretty sure this is age gap, which is scary to me. I trust Emily. When she likes a book, I like a book. So I'm sure this is gonna be great. I don't know if it's because it's orange, it's autumn vibes to me, even though this is really not autumn vibes because it's a romance, but it's orange. So can you not see a pumpkin? All I see is a pumpkin. Next book is Heavenly Bodies by, I hope I'm not saying this wrong, Imani Eriu. I apologize if I didn't pronounce that perfectly. This is actually a proof copy and it's not out yet. It's out in November 2024, but I really want to read this. It's huge. This was another one of the books in my new book haul, and I read the back of it and it was incredible. Now, first of all, the first thing that says is, you know, the most dangerous kind of villain, a woman with nothing left to lose. Sold. You got me. I'm reading it. In a world ruled by the stars, cruel and merciless gods, Elara has been cursed by fate. So she is fighting stars, heavenly bodies. She's literally fighting gods. And there's a romance, so I think it's a fantasy romance. Elara is forced to either let Prince Lorenzo train her into a weapon worthy of battling against the stars, or to accept her fate. So I assume she's gonna be trained by him to fight the heavenly bodies, the stars, the gods, who are tyrannical, so literally cruel and merciless gods. That sounds so good to me. I don't know, like since I've done that video about my book haul, I've been thinking about this so much. I need a good epic fantasy in my life with a bit of romance, and I feel like this will just do the trick. Next one is a thriller. I feel like that's another genre that really screams autumn to me. It's a thriller, and this is The Paris Apartment. Technically, this is in my September TBR. I'm gonna try and read it by September, but we'll see, because I do my monthly TBR where I have a TBR jar and I get little prompts, and then I pick with my TBR cart which books I should read that month, and this was actually one of the picks for September. It sounds very good, and I heard lovely things. My housemate has read it and she loved it. In a beautiful old apartment block deep in the back streets of Paris, secrets are stirring behind every resident door. So the residents are the lonely wife, the party animal, the curtain twitcher, the secret lover, the watchful caretaker, the unwanted guest. And there was a murder here last night. Who holds the keys to the mystery of the apartment number 3? I read The Silent Patient not that long ago and I really enjoyed it. I feel like a thriller is one of the best kind of books to get you out of a reading slump, and I was going through a reading slump before The Silent Patient, and because I feel like a good thriller, you can't put it down, so you really want to read. And this is by Lucy Foley, and you just can't go wrong with a good thriller. So hopefully this will live up to the expectations. Very excited. The last book on this list for now, because I'm sure I will add to them, it's Foul Days. First of all, it's so floppy. I love a floppy book. It's literally my favorite thing in the world. This is another witchy kind of book. So her ex is hunting her down, and to be able to escape, she sold her own shadow. But when a witch is shadowless, she becomes sick with the plague, and the only thing that can cure her is reclaiming her magic. And she only has 12 days to do it. So like she's on the clock. She needs to hurry the fuck up. It's by Genoveva Di Mova, and it's called Foul Days. And it says the scariest monsters are the human-shaped ones. Facts. So that's another one that sounds very interesting and very witchy, very Octobery, very Halloweeny. Look at that. It looks so fun and cool. And in case any of you have read this, oh my god, let me know please. So these are all the books that I really want to read in the next couple of months, and hopefully I will. Thank you so much for watching. Please don't forget to like and subscribe. I appreciate it and it helps so much. I love you. Have a great rest of your day, and I'll see you in my next video. Ciao!